Hello everyone, welcome back to Gent Watches, and today we're going to be watching some more Classroom of the Elite. This is Season 2, Episode 10. This is just the Classroom of the Elite video of me catching up after I didn't watch it a few days ago because I was in Melbourne. Or actually, that's not true. I could have watched it on Wednesday. I was back from Melbourne on Wednesday, which is when this episode would have come out. However, I had other videos that I needed to catch up on, Licorice Recoil, Our Archie, all these other videos on my channel that I needed to do first. So this one was pushed up to here, but yeah, it was all because I was in Melbourne. Everything was pushed back. Now I am back, and we're going to continue with more Classroom of the Elite. Last time we had some Kushida Justice. She kind of got owned a little bit, and she seems to have her own, from memory, she seemed to have her own plans to take down Ayano and, like, you know, get him expelled or whatever, but I don't see that working, Kushida. I'm sorry, I don't think you are going to out-mastermind Ayano of all people. But anyway, I mean, this is episode 10. Let's say there's 13 episodes. I don't know if there's 12 or 13, but let's say there's 13 episodes in this season. 10, 11, 12, 13. We got time for one more arc, I would say. Like, a 4-episode arc sounds like what you would end the season out on. But is it going to be a particularly, like, super crazy or interesting arc? I don't know. Because I feel like... and apologies for my voice. I'm still a bit sick. But I feel like the arcs in this season, while I've enjoyed them quite a bit, and I've liked the little things that they've done, I don't feel like there's been like any massive arcs that I'm just like, oh my god, like this is crazy or this is really cool or whatever. I think all of them have just been like, oh, okay, that's clever, you know? So I wonder if we're gonna get a big arc anyway here. So, we're just going to jump into this episode. If you like my videos, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And go to my Patreon account in the description below for full length for this video and all the other videos on my channel, early access, and exclusive videos. So, go check all that out. And let's get into this episode. This is Season 2, Episode 10 of Classroom of the Elite. Here we go. People, often deceived by an elusive good, desire their own ruin. Wow, there's actual subtitles here. Did Crunchyroll fix the dub titling?
Even if we're competing, I don't want to see them get expelled. That would make
Damn,
me really
there aren't
sad.
as many expulsions as I'd expect.
It would be great if we could all just get along with everyone. But the school keeps pitting us against each other.
Has anyone been expelled in the entire school this year?
The other classes, we put ourselves at risk.
Oh,
Well, that's not something you see every day.
Sakiyanagi?
Those two hanging out like that?
It's just that she seems way too perfect at everything. It's
I
like
get
she's
that.
not even a real person.
I understand.
People have to have a few flaws to be likable, you know?
But not everybody who's nice has some ulterior motive.
Regardless, if we make it to class C, we'll end up
I think
facing off
Ichinose is
against-
mostly
I
like
wouldn't
just a
get
good
too close
person.
to her if I were you.
Christmas is right around the corner, guys. Aren't you excited?
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
see how that's pertinent at all.
Hey, Kiyotaka, do you have any Christmas plans?
Oh.
I mean,
Here comes
Oh,
all the girls
hi.
hitting on him.
So that's your type, huh?
no,
I see you.
that's not what I meant at all.
Really?
Unfazed, Kiyotaka does not care. This man is hit on every single day of his life. What a lucky guy. Ooh, the subtitle, they tried to put the logo in English and it
And
didn't
she said
quite
that to your
look right.
face?
Someone from Class C was tailing you?
Of course they
What do you
were.
think we should do?
Classic Class
I doubt
C.
they're gonna do anything more than keep watch. You can just ignore them.
All right, I will then.
While I have you,
It's kind of hard to
that thing I
ignore
asked you about.
people
Any
following
luck
you.
on your end?
I've seen her around before, and I think she's
Eh?
from Class A.
Wow.
I'll send
Kay
you
looks
her.
like
What?
Eiko from your boy Kongming in this getup.
On.
What is Sakayanagi planning?
I don't know, but I'm super excited for Sakiyanagi to be more of a part of the story.
Grief.
I love
What's
her.
wrong with those Class C jerks?
You've got a well-trained dog.
Well,
He has gotten better, but not by much. Pseudo isn't alone either. A number of our students have been provoked.
You acknowledge that he's a dog by answering the question.
Class C's up to something.
What's the plan? How do we fight back?
There's no plan.
Leaving me out of the loop as usual.
I'm sure there's a
Don't
plan,
know why I expected
Ayano
different.
I don't see any real reason not to help you out.
Yeah, that's what he said he'd do.
Could you return it to the library for me?
Why would I
He's
do that?
just doing errands for you.
You said you wanted to read it, right? So why don't you save us both the hassle and take it to the library?
All right. I'll take it off your hands then.
You hold all the power in your hands, Ayano. You could not return this and ruin Haruki's schooling.
Are you a fan of Emily Bronte?
Not quite. I wasn't planning on reading it. I just saw I was in the wrong section.
Oh.
And I wanted to put it back where it's supposed to be.
I see.
Okay. Interesting.
Wait a sec. I hope I'm not being too pushy.
No.
I
appreciate the recommendation.
I kind of like this girl so far.
I'm more than happy to
I'm
help
just very
out.
distrustful in
I
Classroom
get
of the Elite.
lonely. Don't worry about all that. Infighting between classes? I couldn't care less who ends up on top.
I don't know if I trust you,
that.
but you're cute, so
Honestly,
I will for
would
now.
prefer it if everyone got along with each other.
See ya.
I've been looking for you, Ayano.
Really?
Oh my god, he doesn't get a break.
Yes, you have a visitor.
And they
Huh?
wanted me.
As you've requested, I brought your son.
Oh my god, Ayano father. I thought it might be
If
him.
that's all, I'll be going.
I don't know what to think about this. Or to feel.
Finally, Kiyotaka.
Chris Sabat? Was that Chris Sabat? And if so, that's hilarious because Justin Briner is Ayano and so it's like Deku and All Might. I gotta listen to the voice more.
Why don't you make yourself comfortable?
That's Chris
I don't have
Sabat.
any intentions of staying here longer than I have to.
And then, of course, he helped you make your escape from the White Room. Because of his insubordination, I had no choice but to dismiss him. Last month, the man set himself on fire.
Whoa.
I wasn't expecting your shocking indifference to the news.
Really? You
didn't
weren't expecting
seriously
that?
think I'd feel guilty over something like that.
I want you to sign this, Kiyotaka.
I see no reason for me to leave this school.
This isn't a request.
I get that you're used to having your orders followed, but your authority doesn't extend past the White Room.
Oh, okay. Man, the White
Speaking of
Room.
which, the White Room has resumed operations. You are my finest work to date, and my most prized possession.
Ah,
Oh, spare me. Next you'll
gross.
tell me
Gross
it's
things to
because I'm
say.
your son.
You're in no position to refuse.
No thanks.
How long has it been, Sakayanagi?
7 or 8 years now, I think.
Sakiyanagi?
Although I must say, it feels like it was only yesterday
Sakiyanagi's
that I
father?
left my post to become the school's chairman.
I've put in an official request,
What's
which means you have a responsibility
what's your
to
role in
release him
this?
back to me.
Sakiyanagi's dad.
That's incorrect. Your son wasn't originally on our acceptance list. However, after giving it some thought, I decided to approve his enrollment. And now that he's one of our
Okay.
students,
You
I'm
personally?
afraid I'm duty-bound to protect him. I'll have to deny your request.
Hey.
That's nothing more than
Decent
sophistry,
school?
and you know it. I'll leave for now, but I would not get too comfortable.
Wow. Father of the year right here. I love this guy.
This must have been hard on you, too.
Wow, this guy
I'm
seems
fine.
nice.
Really, I am.
Interesting. I think I like him as well. But again, you can't trust anyone in this damn
How
show.
was it seeing your father again?
If he hadn't come to meet me today, I might still have been your pawn.
I see.
The truth is, you never had the authority to have me expelled, which means I don't have to do what you ask anymore.
Whoa.
Don't tell me you're going to give up on getting up to Class A. Your class is starting to work together, and you want to
I don't
throw
think
that
he's
all
gonna give
away?
that up.
I'd rather you not bother me with your personal endeavors again.
Ayano.
Man, Ayano Koji's always on top.
If you're as outgoing as Yosuke is, I bet you'd be pretty popular.
Yeah, but then he couldn't get what he
And I'm
wants.
sure everybody in class would like you a whole lot more too. I think you could even be like a school-wide
He'd be a
celebrity or
target.
something. You're actually really good at...
Karuizawa.
Whoa.
What?
The real reason I called you was so that I could apologize.
Apologize?
Really?
Yes.
Where's all this coming from?
Are you manipulating her?
changed.
Well, this means you're free now, doesn't it?
I guess it does.
I don't feel
Although,
like that's gonna
there's
last
something you should
long.
know. I won't be contacting you again.
Oh!
Oh, did the line cut out? I was just saying that this is the last time that I'd be calling you.
But
Right.
she
Of
likes
course.
you.
Just hold on a second. Why are you acting like this doesn't matter to you?
What do you mean?
I totally
I don't
get
think it
it,
does matter to
Do
him.
we have to be strangers again?
Then I don't see what the problem is. Goodbye.
Man. He just uses people and then leaves. This is our protagonist. Wow. I feel bad for Kay, I do. I do genuinely feel bad for Kay. I think Kay is a character that I have potentially been too hard on in the past based on a few character flaws. And I think I've purely been hard on her for those character flaws because the character flaws because I feel like she almost didn't like 100% learn from them, you know? And yet it feels like the show is writing her as if her character flaw is no longer there, you know? So I think because of that, I've been a little harder on her than I have with, like, for example, Kushida, who's like clearly just 100% evil or like 90% evil, and yet I'm still like, oh, it's Kushida, I love her. Or, you know, every other character in the show, that everyone is a little bit evil pretty much, and yet I think I maybe give Kay a little bit more of a hard time, or just generally ignore her wants and needs during scenes. But I think it is important for me to take a step back and genuinely you know, respect her character, because like she at this point like she does care about Ayano Koji, it feels like, and appreciate that he like is protecting her, and also like does a lot for him, you know. A lot of the times in previous episodes when I've been like, Kay, you're being cruel, like, why are you doing this? Stop doing this. Pretty much every time I find out later in the episode that she's only doing that because Ayano Koji was like, hey, I need you to do something for me. Why don't you act like a bitch in front of everyone? Like, and she keeps doing it. And so, and like, yeah, it all works out, so that's why she would keep doing it. But that's a lot of like reputational onslaught that she's taking on behalf of Ayano Koji's plans. So I think I gotta respect it in one way, and I feel bad because she's being used by Ayano Koji. Not that Ayano Koji necessarily is providing her with nothing. He is doing what he agreed to do, and nobody owes anybody like a relationship or anything. Like, it's not like Ayano Koji is in the wrong for not dating her or whatever. But like, it's I think Ayano Koji always acts like very oblivious to all the women that are falling all over him, you know? But I think he's much too smart and much too good with people and manipulation of people to not know what's going on with everyone around him. And I think he knows, like, Kay likes him. Kay, you know, cares about their relationship, whatever. He just doesn't care about her feelings. I think that's the case. And that's the way they're being presented. It's being presented right now. Of course, either Ayano Koji could develop and change that and become more caring, or maybe he is actually caring and this is just the impression of him that we have from what he's been doing lately. But it certainly, he doesn't come off as being, you know, a particularly generous guy, you know. Doesn't matter though, because the show isn't about following a very, what's the word? I keep thinking loyal, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Like, honorable protagonist. It's not about that. we're not watching it because Ayano Koji is a good guy. We're not watching it because he's a hero. We're watching it just because, like, it's a pretty messed up school, and he's super interesting. And he's almost like the lesser of several evils, almost. Like, if you compare him to Ryuin, like, he's definitely, you know, more bearable than Ryuin. And he's also the underdog since they're in Class D, you know. And the people he's supporting are generally pretty good people. So it's easy to root for Ayano Koji, even though he's a serial manipulator, serial gaslighter. Like, just a complete puppet master with everything wicked, you know. Anyway, I liked the book girl that we met. She was cool. I mean, we saw her in a previous episode, right? Sorry, I just kicked over a bag. We saw her in a previous episode, but this time we actually got, you know, her properly talking to Ayano Koji properly, and she seemed cute and cool, and I like that they introduced her trying to get a book, and then he's like, you wanted to read this book? And she's like, no, it was just in the wrong place. I was going to put it back. Because that's sort of a nice little character quirk, and you're immediately like, oh, this girl's like kind of weird and cute and cares about books, I guess. But yeah, she was cool. So Chris Sabat seems to be voicing the father, Ayano Koji's father. I wonder if anyone in the Crunchyroll comments has mentioned that, because it seems like that is a yep. I just went like 5 comments down, and the comment is All-Might and Deku. Wow. Yep. Okay, that's exactly what I was saying. Because Chris Sabat is voicing the Ayano Koji's dad, and Ayano Koji is voiced by Justin Briner. And I recognize that I'm saying Ayano Koji when both of their names are Ayano Koji, Kiyotaka and the father. And the reason that's interesting is because in My Hero Academia, Justin Briner plays Deku and Chris Sabat plays All Might. So, and they have sort of like a father-son-esque relationship. So it's funny that the father-son relationship is in MHA, and here's a much more messed up father-son relationship where they're both playing quite different characters. So it's it's interesting. I like that. Dude set himself on fire. That's pretty crazy. They keep mentioning the White Room now. That's and we know that refers to the literal flashbacks with the White Room that he's in. I don't know how much we know about that, but I'm assuming it's like a place where they try to like facilitate gifted kids or whatever. That's what I'm guessing it is from like the context clues we've got. The chairman was Sakiyanagi's dad, and seemed like a pretty cool guy. Surprisingly cool for being someone high up at this school. I always imagine the higher ups at this school to be like super messed up, because the school is like almost sadistic in the way that it's like designed, you know. So I'm quite surprised that this just seemed like a pretty kind older man, but maybe you know, maybe he is hiding a few things, you know. But yeah, that's it. I'm losing my voice again, and that was a good episode. I liked the lore that we got. It actually kind of flew by, and I like that Crunchyroll seems to have subtitled this episode, which they don't normally do, because it's so annoying when they don't subtitle the important text and stuff. This time they did, thank goodness. So thank you very much for watching this episode. Please make sure to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel, and go to my Patreon account in the description for full-length early access and exclusive videos. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.